Tonight, there is nothing you need to explain, nothing you need to justify, nothing you need to fix. If your day felt heavy, you don't have to carry it with you into this moment. You can simply be here, listening, breathing, resting. This is a quiet story about love and about the space that sometimes exists inside it. If your thoughts drift, that's okay. If sleep arrives early, you don't have to stay awake for every word. Before we continue, there's just one gentle thing to mention. If stories like this help you feel a little less alone, you're welcome to subscribe so you can always return to a quiet place like this whenever you need it. There's no rush. You don't need to do anything right now. Now let the story begin. There was a person who loved their family deeply. They showed up. They remembered birthdays. They answered messages. They helped when they could. From the outside, everything looked fine. Family dinners happened on time. Conversations filled the room. Laughter appeared in familiar places. And yet, inside this person, there was a quiet feeling they rarely spoke about. A sense of being slightly unseen, not ignored, not rejected, just misunderstood. It wasn't dramatic. No arguments, no harsh words, no broken relationships, just small moments. Moments when they shared something important and the response missed the point. Not unkindly, just differently. Moments when they tried to explain how tired they felt and someone said, "But everyone is tired." Moments when they chose silence because explaining felt heavier than staying quiet. They loved their family. That part was never in question. But sometimes love didn't automatically mean being understood. At the dinner table, they listened more than they spoke. They nodded. They smiled at the right moments. They learned which parts of themselves were easier to share and which ones were better kept inside. Not because they were wrong, but because they didn't seem to land anywhere. It felt safer not to ask for too much understanding, safer not to need too much space. And so they became good at adjusting, good at being flexible, good at being easy, good at not making things complicated. They didn't resent their family. They didn't feel angry. They just felt quietly tired. Some evenings after everyone had gone to sleep, they would sit alone in the living room. The lights were softer then. The room felt different without voices filling it. A blanket rested on the couch. A cup sat on the table, forgotten but still warm. In those moments, there was space to notice things. How their shoulders felt tighter than they realized. How their thoughts replayed conversations that were already over. How often they had swallowed words without meaning to. They didn't blame anyone. Their family loved them in the ways they knew how. In practical ways. In familiar ways. Food on the table, messages sent, concern expressed through advice. But sometimes advice arrived when what they needed was presence. Solutions appeared when what they wanted was to be heard. And explaining that difference felt difficult. How do you tell people you love that you don't need fixing? You just need space to exist as you are? So they didn't. They learned to hold that space for themselves quietly. They learned that being misunderstood didn't always mean being unloved. Sometimes it simply meant being different. Different rhythms, different needs, different ways of feeling. And that difference didn't cancel the love. It just made it more complex. One night, sitting alone in the quiet room, they realized something small, but important. They had been waiting for understanding to arrive in a specific form, a certain kind of response, a certain tone, a certain acknowledgement. And when it didn't come, they felt like something was missing. But in the silence of that room, they noticed something else. They were still here, still breathing, still allowed to feel what they felt. They didn't need to translate themselves perfectly to deserve rest. They didn't need full understanding to give themselves permission to soften. In that moment, they placed a hand over their chest, not dramatically, just gently, as if saying, without words, "I see you." No one else needed to hear it. No one else needed to agree. It wasn't a solution. It wasn't a breakthrough. Just a small release, a loosening. They realized that love could exist even when understanding was incomplete, and that it was okay to stop trying just for tonight. Loving people doesn't always mean being fully known by them, and being misunderstood doesn't mean you are alone. Some parts of you are allowed to remain quiet. Some feelings don't need immediate answers. Some spaces don't need to be filled. Tonight, you don't have to explain yourself, not to anyone. You don't have to organize your thoughts into something clearer. You don't have to make your feelings easier to understand. You can let them be what they are: soft, unfinished, human. If your family loves you in their own way, that can be enough for now. And if you need a little more understanding, you can offer some of it to yourself. That too counts. For now, you can rest. Let the quiet hold you. Let your breath slow. Let the day loosen its grip. There is nothing you need to do next. You are allowed to pause here. Good night.